Hello ladies and gentlemen, VSW here. Today I'm going to share with all of you my reactions and review on WWE Extreme Rules. Here are my thoughts on what went down. Okay, to start, we got Dean Ambrose defending the Intercontinental Championship against The Miz, with the stipulation being, should Dean Ambrose get himself disqualified, he will lose the championship. Now, Dean Ambrose tried as hard as he could not to get himself disqualified because he knew he would lose the Intercontinental Championship if he does. But it was a crazy match, though, because The Miz did everything he could to try and get Dean Ambrose disqualified by having his wife Maryse slap him in the face and shoving Dean Ambrose on the official. In the end, before the referee could call for the bell, The Miz landed a skull-crushing finale onto Dean Ambrose to win his 7th Intercontinental Championship. Congrats to the A-lister. 7-time Intercontinental Champion now. Hooray! 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 Next up is the mixed tag team match where the former Cruiserweight Champion Rich Swann and 3-time Raw Women's Champion Sasha Banks squares off against the Scottish Supernova and his girlfriend Alicia Fox. These guys just can't get enough of each other, can they? We got Sasha Banks, who defeated Alicia Fox on Raw, and Noam Dar walked up to Sasha and she slapped him silly, my mistake, which led Alicia to attack her. They even fought on 205 Live. These four might as well be rivals if they're not already. The match was alright, where we have some moments like Sasha Banks landing on Noam Dar from the top rope and Rich Swann's splash from the top rope onto Noam Dar to get the win for him and the boss. Not my favorite match of the night, but it was alright for what it was. Moving on. Next up is the championship match in the women's division, where the first female WWE superstar to ever win the Raw and SmackDown Live Women's Championship, Alexa Bliss, defends once again against Bayley, this time in a kendo stick on a pole match, where the first woman to grab the kendo stick will be able to use it on her opponent. Now, when Bayley grabbed the kendo stick, I thought that Alexa Bliss would get disqualified if she used it because she didn't get it first. But nope, the referee just let the match continue, so I guess not. But Alexa Bliss gets her hands on the kendo stick and repeatedly whaps Bayley in the back like before and finished her off with a DDT, winning the match and retaining the Raw Women's Championship. This wasn't an awful match, but it could have been better. Besides, the sledgehammer match between Triple H and Kevin Nash at TLC was better. I don't know if you agree or disagree, but that's what I think. And in case you don't know, this photo right here shows you the match that I am talking about. Moving on. Next up, we got the Hardy Boys, Matt and Jeff, defending the Raw Tag Team Championships against Cesaro and Sheamus inside of a steel cage. Because as you may remember, Matt Hardy won the match on Raw against Sheamus, which allowed him to pick the stipulation, which he chose a steel cage. This was a good match. Both teams were fighting like crazy to get out of the cage. Sheamus even nailed the white noise on Jeff Hardy from the top rope. Jeff Hardy was the first to make it out of the cage, but when he tried to get back in to help his brother Matt, he gets kicked by Sheamus. He does get back in the cage and lands that amazing high-flying move from the top of the cage onto Cesaro and Sheamus. Now, we thought that the Hardys were going to retain with Matt trying to pull Jeff out of the cage, but behind them, we could see Cesaro and Sheamus climbing out of the cage and touching the floor first. So they are now the new and 2-time Raw Tag Team Champions. Congrats to the Celtic Warrior and the Superman. But what I want to know is when Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy will go back to being broken, because I love those gimmicks. When will I be able to once again hear obsolete. He got trapped into the Ring of Saturn. He had to tap out. Never wins once again and retains the Cruiserweight Championship, remaining the king of the Cruiserweights. So I apologize for making this a short one, but it wasn't that much to say about this one. But once again, congratulations to the still Cruiserweight Champion and king of the Cruiserweights, Neville. And now for the moment you've been waiting for. It is the main event, the Fatal 5-Way match where Seth freaking Rollins, Roman Reigns, Bray Wyatt, Samoa Joe, and Finn Balor battles it out to become #1 contender for the Universal Championship at the Great Balls of Fire. Still don't know how they came up with that name for the pay-per-view, but whatever. Moving on. Too many moments from the match to name, so I'm just going to name some of my favorite moments. We got Seth Rollins landing on Bray Wyatt from the top rope onto the announce table. Finn Balor landing his finishing move from the top rope, having me think he was going to win. And Bray Wyatt and Samoa Joe working together for a little bit. But in the end, when it was all said and done, Samoa Joe locks Finn Balor in the coquina clutch, knocking him out and winning the match. So now we know that at the Great Balls of Fire, it will be Brock Lesnar defending the Universal Championship against the former two-time NXT champion, Samoa Joe. The question is, can Samoa Joe pull an upset and slay the Beast to win his first ever Universal Championship? Anything's possible. Have to wait till the Great Balls of Fire to see what happens. But we know now that it will be the Destroyer versus the Beast. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's my review on WWE Extreme Rules for this year. It wasn't that great, but it wasn't terrible either. So on a scale of 1 to 5, I'll give Extreme Rules a 3. My favorite moments are Jeff Hardy's awesome high-flying move from the top of the steel cage, Samoa Joe becoming #1 contender, the crazy bout between Dean Ambrose and The Miz in the Intercontinental Championship match. Let me know what you think about Extreme Rules and your favorite moments down in the comments below. Even if the show is bad, I'll watch it anyway because I love pro wrestling. I love pro wrestling so much, whether it's good or bad, I'll watch it. I'll even watch anything pro wrestling. CCW, WWE, Ring of Honor, Impact Wrestling, New Japan Pro Wrestling, BJW, you name it. I love pro wrestling so much, I'll watch almost anything related to it. Anyway, this is VSW saying thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed and like to see more, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Until the next video, I say, God bless, take care, stay safe, and welcome to VSW'Ville. Fist bump. Whoosh.